This overview of the Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions Doctoral Networks call is brought to you by the Irish Marie Skłodowska-Curie Office. Applicants from organisations based in Ireland who are interested in leading a Doctoral Networks proposal are encouraged to contact the Irish Marie Skłodowska-Curie Office for advice and support. The office is supported by the Irish Research Council and jointly operated with the Irish Universities Association. Our mission is to support the research community in Ireland across all sectors and disciplines in applying to the MSCA calls and implementing MSCA projects. Before proceeding, please note that the information presented in this overview does not supersede the content of the Horizon Europe Marie Skłodowska-Curie Actions Work Programme for 2023 to 2025, or indeed the supporting proposal template and guide for applicants. Interested applicants are advised to read the work programme and associated documents before starting their application. Doctoral networks are international consortia of organisations from across sectors and disciplines who come together to design and implement state-of-the-art training programmes for doctoral candidates. Essentially, a doctoral network is a consortium made up of different academic and non-academic organisations who propose an overall research project containing smaller interlinked PhD research projects for doctoral candidates whom they will recruit in the future. The networks are designed to do excellent research and provide world-class training to support the skills and career development of the doctoral candidates, with the intention that they will be able to face current and future challenges and able to convert knowledge and ideas into products and services for economic and social benefit. The networks aim to advance the state of the art by responding to well-identified needs in the respective research and innovation areas, and an attractive feature of the MSCA is the bottom-up approach, meaning that all disciplines are eligible and applicants themselves can freely choose their research topic. Other aims include exposing researchers to academic and non-academic sectors and providing training in research and transferable skills relevant for innovation, enhancing career prospects and long-term employability. And this is achieved through intersectoral secondments, career development plans, appropriate supervision, international mobility, etc. It's important to note that all recruited candidates must be enrolled in a doctoral programme. And participating in a doctoral network can have many benefits for organisations and supervisors, including the recruitment and hosting of EU-funded world-class researchers, strengthened research and innovation capacity in targeted areas, development and strengthening of strategic international and intersectoral partnerships, improved quality, relevance and sustainability of doctoral training programmes, enhanced global visibility and attractiveness, and access to state-of-the-art technologies and infrastructures which may not be already available in-house. A doctoral networks consortium typically consists of organisations from both the academic and the non-academic sectors. Types of organisations include higher education institutions, research organisations, businesses including SMEs, civil society organisations, and other socioeconomic actors. You are advised to pay particular attention to the fact that in order to be competitive in the call, meaningful participation of the non-academic sector is key. There are different ways in which an organisation can participate in a doctoral network. So depending on your capacity to engage and of course how much time that you can commit, an organisation can become an associated partner, a beneficiary or a coordinator leading the network. Associated partners participate in a network without directly recruiting a researcher, but they participate by providing training, hosting secondments or co-supervising doctoral candidates. A beneficiary receives funding directly from the EU to employ or recruit and host, supervise and train at least one doctoral candidate. And the coordinator, like the beneficiary, the coordinator is the lead beneficiary, coordinating proposal preparation and successful implementation of the network, and as well recruiting at least one doctoral candidate. There are three types of doctoral networks. That's the standard, the industrial and the joint doctoral networks. The main objective of all three types is to train doctoral candidates. Within an industrial doctoral network, it is mandatory that the doctoral candidates spend at least 50% of their time in the non-academic sector. So, for example, in industry or in a civil society organisation. Within a joint doctoral network, it's mandatory that candidates are enrolled within a joint double or multiple doctoral degree programme, and a pre-agreement for joint degrees is required at the application submission stage. Joint supervision of doctoral candidates is required in both industrial and joint doctoral networks. Applications must be submitted from consortia composed of at least 3 independent legal entities from 3 different EU member states or Horizon Europe associated countries who are participating as beneficiaries, and a minimum of 1 of these must be from an EU member state. On top of this minimum, any entity from any third country can join. There's no minimum for associated partners. For joint doctorates, at least 3 independent legal entities must be entitled to award doctoral degrees, at least 1 of which must be established in an EU member state or Horizon Europe associated country. And if none of the beneficiaries are entitled to award doctoral degrees, then such an entity must be added as an associated partner. Standard and industrial doctoral networks can be funded for up to 48 months, and the doctoral candidates can be funded for a minimum of 3 months and a maximum of 36 months. To incentivise joint doctoral networks, these can be funded for up to 60 months, with a maximum allowable fellowship duration of 48 months. The maximum funding for doctoral networks is 540 person months, or 15 PhD students if each doctoral candidate is recruited for 36 months. Doctoral researchers within a network can undergo secondments to any country worldwide. For a standard doctoral network, the cumulative duration of the secondments should not exceed 1/3 of the total fellowship duration. However, this limitation does not apply in the case of industrial doctorates and joint doctorates. At a minimum, each consortium must include at least 3 independent legal entities, each established in a different European member state or Horizon Europe associated country. In addition, there must be a minimum of 1 beneficiary organisation from a member state. All beneficiaries must recruit at least 1 doctoral candidate. They are required to host and supervise recruited researchers at their premises or use associated partners linked to them to do so. And not more than 40% of the EU contribution may be allocated to beneficiaries in the same country or to a single international organisation. Eligible researchers must be doctoral candidates. That is, they must not already be in possession of a doctoral degree at the date of recruitment to the network. Researchers must be enrolled in a doctoral programme in at least 1 EU member state or Horizon Europe associated country. Researchers can be of any nationality, but they must satisfy the MSCA mobility rule, and so must not have resided or worked or studied in the country of the recruiting beneficiary for more than 12 months in the 36 months before the recruitment date. There is also a resubmission restriction where proposals scoring less than 80% in the previous doctoral network's call cannot be resubmitted the following year, and more detail on this can be found in the work programme. The funding model within the MSCA is based on unit costs and so follows a prescriptive budgeting approach where the EU contribution is based on the number of person months requested for the network. The budget is split across 2 sections, one for the doctoral candidates recruited into the network and the second for the institutional unit contributions. All doctoral candidates become employees of their host institution and receive a salary made up of at least the living and mobility allowances. A family allowance is available depending on the researcher's circumstances and can be claimed at any stage during the project. Long-term leave allowance is for personnel costs incurred by the beneficiary in the case of researchers' long-term leave, so that's for longer than 30 days, for things like maternity leave, paternity leave, parental sick or special leave, etc. during the project lifetime. Researcher allowances are gross amounts and they are subject to both employer and employee statutory deductions. And a country correction coefficient applies to the living allowance. So for researchers recruited to Ireland, this is 136.4%. The budget also includes research training and networking contributions and a contribution for management and indirect costs. A doctoral networks proposal will be evaluated by experts on the basis of the award criteria excellence, impact, and implementation. Under excellence, reviewers evaluate the quality and pertinence of the research and innovation objectives, the methodology, including the gender and diversity dimension in the research and open science, the quality of the training programme, and the quality of the supervision. The proposal is reviewed for the potential impact on structuring doctoral training and strengthening European innovation capacity, for the impact on career perspectives and employability, and for the impact from the proposed dissemination, exploitation, and communication activities. And the proposal is also reviewed for the network's potential to deliver scientific, economic, and societal impact. Finally, the quality and efficiency of the implementation plan is evaluated through the work plan, assessing the risks and the effort assigned to the work packages, and the quality and capacity of the participants and whether the consortium as a whole is the right group to deliver on the network's objectives is also reviewed under implementation. Each criterion has a different weighting, with excellence accounting for 50% of the final score, impact 30%, and implementation 20%. To finish, presented here is the call calendar showing the dates for both the 2024 and 2025 MSCA Doctoral Networks calls. Finally, a reminder that if you are interested or intending to coordinate a Doctoral Networks proposal, we invite you to contact us at mariecurie@iua.ie. Thank you for listening and best of luck with your preparations.